What's going on, YouTube? And welcome to the inaugural What's the Word podcast. I got ThatSingerReactions. I got Cliff Beats. I got Black Pegasus. I got Anthony Ray on deck. A bunch of great creators, YouTube reactors, artists, singers, ghostwriters, everything in between. Ghostbusters, we are here. We are here with What's the Word podcast. How we doing, everyone? And listen, to start this off, we always kick it off with a word. So today's word is none other than apology.
Yep, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for 2004.
Don't ever sing that again. It was the worst song that was ever created. Let's still ever do that. Keep that in 2004.
That fool came out. I can't believe that was single. All right, let's get into it. Apologies.
Apologies. I mean, obviously, we know the biggest apology. There's been many in the internet over the years, but the one that I think shook the hip-hop world has come from Jermaine Cole himself. What is our take on this? Because a lot of people have had opinions on it.
We're all gonna have one too. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me
Dom.
tell you. Okay, J. Cole is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, the apology didn't really shake me like it did everybody. Everybody got super dramatic. At first, I'm like, okay, J. Cole is J. Cole. That was clearly a warning shot. You know what I'm saying? I shot this, when he put out the diss. I'm like, I shot this. I missed your head on purpose. It's just a warning shot. But then when the apology came, I'm like, what the hell is you doing, bro? Like, you're supposed to be cooking. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't end up that way. And I just think that J. Cole don't have diss like that in his heart. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's enough to boot him from the cult. Like, people are going way too far. Get him out of here. I'm like, he's still big three. He still will feast on anybody when it comes to, punching and lyrically, right? Like, J. Cole is still J. Cole. You can't take that from him.
No, you can't take his legacy. You can't take his legacy.
Yeah, it's like you can't take who he is. Like, he's really cold when it comes to writing, when it comes to punching, when it comes to metaphors. He's still that guy. So no matter if you want to try to kick him out of the big three, he's still one of the big three in my personal opinion. So I just think that the apology part was just, maybe we know that there's a long history with him and Kendrick Lamar as friends. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that he put that out and was like, you know what? I ain't even like this. I'm not even like this. I could go in on him if I wanted to, but nah. That's deeper than this. I don't know.
Mind if I jump in on this real quick?
Yes, sir.
All right. So me and AR, we did a little podcast episode where we talked about this and we gave our opinions, but my opinion is slightly changed. Yeah. So
self-reflection. Let's go.
A little self-reflection, man. So what I think happened was this. At first, I was kind of on, J. Cole, like, yeah, you shouldn't be backing out. You can't be braggadocious this entire time. It's kind of going to fuck up the way you approach lyricism going forward. You can still create masterpieces, but you can never brag about being like, I'm going to take shots or take any rapper down. You can't do that. But I think he's seen something happening, formulating behind the scenes, because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of other shit going on. Just like with how Drake released his diss, 20 verse 1. There's a lot of people within the industry right now that are upset with one another over writing credits, over money, that people don't know about. I think J. Cole caught wind of that and was like,
it's getting messy.
J. Cole was like, you know what? I see where this is headed. I threw a jab at my boy. I don't feel good about it, and I don't want there to be blood on my hands, so I'm backing the fuck out.
Because it was weird of him to do that. Like, it was weird. So, yeah, it do seem like what you're saying is, like, accurate. That's kind of crazy.
J. Cole always strikes me as someone who thinks things through, right? So if he's going to make a move, he's a very methodical guy. He's very self-reflective. He's very in tune with his feelings and his thoughts. Like, to me, if he's making this move, a lot of people were like, well, maybe he was just feeling the heat of the moment at, the Dreamville Festival, and he just, like, couldn't take the heat. No. I think, Cliff, that would make sense. That would make sense as an explanation. Like, he's really thought about this, lined it up, looked into the future. Man is always playing chess, and he's like, this is not the ultimate best move for me.
And I have one last thing to say, and this is because I caught wind, and you can hear it here first. I caught wind of another diss track coming from Drake. I've heard about maybe 8 bars of it, and it is nasty. Like, it's to the point of crossing the line with K-Dot. And I think J. Cole seen that coming down the line and was like, I want no parts of what's about to happen. So now I kind of understand, because I'm like, why? Like, why would you just back out of something? You're just throwing jabs at each other. Like, it's a lyrical competition. Why back out? But I think he was like, oh, shit. You know, you got problems with Top Dog. You got problems with missed money management, all this other shit going on, that he was like, all right, you know what? I don't want any parts of this. So I have to retract what I said earlier. I think J. Cole actually made the right move backing out.
I think you know, J. Cole does what J. Cole does. He's J. Cole. Ain't nobody gonna say anything. Do J. Cole move how you want to move. However, two things. One, because of the backing down and the apology, that has taken away Kendrick's response, which could arguably be one of the best diss tracks in hip hop. So that ain't gonna happen towards J. Cole. At least I don't think so. You know, and if he's gonna do it, it might be some pity. He's already apologized. He already took the L. That could arguably have been one of the best disses in hip hop. Kendrick versus J. Cole, and it's justified. Shooting back, bro, that would have been nuts. That would have been on some ether stuff.
But Kendrick could still fire back because he was
why
still
would he?
diss. You know, it was kind of like,
But
he put it out there.
it's like putting your dog down, man. Like, why? He's already down. He already said, "Hey, I'll take you to the." Nobody wants to fight a man who doesn't want to fight.
I mean, listen, different eras, everybody weighing in. BP, you're an old hip hop head. You know the rules and regulations, especially back in the day. It seems like a different world now in hip hop. What do you think?
So my take is going to be interesting. I wanted to wait till the end, right, to hear everyone's take, because the narrative online was definitely different than the way I interpreted it. Now, I'm not necessarily, so there's two ways I can interpret this. As a hip hop head, like you said, a little bit older, whatever, right? But at the same time, dude, I'm 44 years old. I'm a father, and I'm in a unique place. Okay, so I want people to look at this in multiple facets because first and foremost, let's start with the inception of J. Cole. In my opinion, one of the greatest lyricists, period. And when he started out, he was proving that. But they tried to manufacture him, meaning they tried to cookie cutter him out, make some hot singles, push him, kind of like put him in this Jay-Z type of thing.
Workout plan.
He broke free of that and said, I refuse to be manufactured. He grows his dread. He's really on some Zen hippie shit. If you really listen to his lyrics, he's like this Buddhist monk who will F anyone up at any time, but he's on his Zen shit,
He's
right?
a warrior monk.
So this beef, a man who they tried to manufacture, who's no longer manufactured, they're trying to manufacture this beef in a sense because they have no problems. He literally like, dude, I love Kendrick. This is the problem he's having. And I see this in martial arts where there's these two brothers, the Rotolo brothers, made it to the top of the circuit and they had to compete against each other. And they went hard against each other, but it's because they had to. He's realizing I don't have to. Now, Cliff added an element that I wasn't aware of, so this adds more to it. But what I want to say, while I have a moment, when we think of hip-hop a lot of time will eat its young, in a sense. And as a hip-hopper, I'm like, bro, that's what makes it hip-hop, the competitive nature, But it is interesting when you step out, the top three, these are hip-hop guys, not mumble rap guys. These are the dudes who are saving our culture.
Lyricists.
One has to arise with a head on a fucking post to be number one. Like, that doesn't happen in country. It doesn't happen in rock. So I go back and forth because there's a part of hip-hop that is destructive. There's a part of hip-hop that's just beautiful, and it has to have this balance. So I love the competition. We want to see the best compete. That's what we want to see in boxing and UFC. You wanted to see Pacquiao versus Floyd in his prime. That's what we want from J. Cole and Kendrick. So I do understand that. And so I'm on this weird fence line because at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, why do the two elite lyricists have to take each other's head off to be, when we have all this bullshit going on in hip hop where it's like, not trying to be on some we are the world, but like they could literally, they're literally save hip hop in a sense. So I look at it like that. There was one other thing because when I heard Maul from Rory and Maul, I was like, damn, he makes a great point on how soft, because hip hop is a street culture. So I understand that as well. Like it was the soft way, but when I do look at it, the real way. Like J. Cole was like, this ain't even real beef. Like Jay-Z and Nas did have issues.
Yeah.
Like most people who battle have some type of underlying issue. He's like, bro, I love Kendrick. That's my brother. That's weird to me. That's that fake shit. Like, I'm not into fake shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why? So everyone's getting on Cole like this is the end of his career. He blah blah blah. Because he's on the realest shit. Because he's the realest dude in the room. Is like, yo, this is my brother. Now, if they had underlying issues, I get it. I totally get it. But they didn't. From what I've heard. So you guys let me know if I'm off with that. You know, and I'm not saying
Go on. No.
I'm just saying what I'm not saying. What is the absolute? I just want people to look at this overall compass, because if you go on the XL magazine's Facebook, every other day a rapper's getting killed, shot, or thrown in jail, right? And so we're seeing this, but then we have these elite people who are bringing something refreshing to the game, and I need to see someone's head get taken off so they can shine. It doesn't even make sense to me. I'm like, bro, we need these three. Well, Drake is in his own little commercial realm, in my opinion, but J. Cole and Kendrick are so freaking needed for the culture of purist hip-hop.
Yeah.
Of lyrical hip-hop. I mean, I've seen, so there's different camps on this, right? And this is the beauty of the internet, and I've talked about this on my channel, like overreactions. That's what the internet always does in a situation nowadays, and social media just spins. And like for all the articles you see, like there's so much disinformation, it's hard to actually get to the truth of it. And there's been a number of narratives because, you know, people want clicks, people want attention for it. But I've seen a number of narratives where like people have made videos and people have produced articles like pointing out all the subtle sneak disses between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, right? And that this has been bubbling and bubbling and bubbling over the years. Now, you know, I did a little bit of analysis on some of that, and I found, I don't know, I still think a number of it is stretching and reaching, and, you know, we're all going through third parties at the end of the day. Until you hear it directly from them, it's hard to validate that or form a true opinion on that. I mean, in my opinion, what we've heard from Cole is straight from his mouth. That's from a first-person perspective, not an article, not this, not that. If Cole apologizes to Kendrick and says he loves Kendrick, then that to me shows how he views their relationship over the years. That to me shows this man is not running around doing sneak dissing, really going for Kendrick, and has that controversy with him. And I think Cole's form of battling is, I would rather get on a track with you and out-rap you. That's how I battle. You know, I'm not going to sit here and drag you through the mud and beef with you. I'm just going to go pen to pen with you, out-rhyme you, out-write you, out-wordplay you, and just show you who is better on a track with you and make something productive together. Like, he's a builder. He's not a destroyer. He doesn't want to tear down. He wants to build up.
With J. Cole's diss, also, everyone's like, to me, it's like them pushing each other in the schoolyard, waiting for someone to hit, you know, at the beginning of a fight. That's kind of how their little back and forth went. But J. Cole's 7-minute drill, I think that's what it's called, like, even though it was more of a personal, when he's going over his catalog, that is kind of deep. Like, to be like, yo, your catalog is this, my catalog is that. Like, you can all even look and be like, hey, depending on whose catalog you like more. But I mean, the diss, it was not a hard diss to come into it. But when I look at it and he's like, what Knox is saying, it's almost like, hey, look at the body of work, right? I don't necessarily have to take off his head. Listen to my verse with frickin' Benny the Butcher. Listen to this, listen to that. Like, it's like, you know, because when I listen to J. Cole, I personally like J. Cole's lyricism more than Kendrick. I like Kendrick's style because he's almost like an agent in the Matrix. He's just moving through this bit like in different ways. But that strategic, consistent punchline setup, dude, J. Cole is crazy, and with his entendres, I personally don't even think there's an argument that, to me, in the top three, there's no one even beating his entendre game the way the way he sets it up. So to me, I already know the answer. That's why people want to see the battle, because they already know what J. Cole is capable of, and I don't think they want to see the potential of what this brings out of Kendrick and J. Cole. I get that, you know.
I think body of work, though, you know, Kendrick has produced some of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. And in terms of artistry, I think it's really hard for anyone to touch Kendrick's artistry and some of the ways that he thinks about things. And he's J. Cole, to me, is a lot more, you're right, BP, like from my side of things and analyzing, like, he's more technical than Kendrick. He's crazy good with the multi-syllable rhyme writing. Like, that's just insane. And you're right, the way that he sets up and serves things up. But Kendrick gets super deep on stuff. He gets really symbolic. He gets very metaphorical on things. And he's just got, like, a more abstract mind, I would say, for the creation of music and how he connects with it.
Like he been in a temple or some shit. And actually, I was going to say something off of what you said, Knox, because I think the thing is I think that's the reason why Cole did what he did when he apologized, when he was like, you know what, this is the lamest shit I've ever done. Because you remember he even said, like, during the diss, like, about how his albums weren't good and the second blah, blah, blah. And in his mind, he don't believe that. Like, what is it? The Pimple Butterfly was, like, critically acclaimed. It was, like, the highest hip-hop album acclaimed. It had, like, a 99 metric score or something like that, or whatever the hell they score that shit on. You know, whoever do that, you know, one person, one human. But, you know, he had that was very, very, like, high rated, you know what I'm saying? And it's considered one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. So, you know, when Cole came out with that and he was talking about his albums, I know he didn't really believe that. That's probably was like, you know what? I don't even believe what I'm saying. I'm too real for this. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, to go off of what BP said. I'm real. I ain't about to sit here and pretend to beef. You know what I'm saying? Like how it is in battle rap. When they battle rap, they talk about your mother, your father, your sister, your dead relative, and at the end they like, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Good. And I'm like, I'm about to shoot you. Like, you just, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that in battle rap. So at the end of the day, J. Cole is just too real, I feel like, for it. So
I'm about to get booed. I only like Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn. That's just me.
That's fine. Everyone's got their own opinion.
I'd say,
bro.
I like those too. I like
a lot of people boo-booed Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Bro,
I love that album.
I agree with BP. Those are my favorite Kendrick. My favorite Kendrick album is Good Kid, Mad City.
Yep.
And his other shit, I love the introspectiveness. It's great. And there's some great songs on his new stuff, like N95 is fantastic and all those. But that first album out the gate, I don't know if it's his first. I think it's his first with Dre. That shit was, to me, is the best because it's like the rawest, the most, you know, street Kendrick ever. To me, that was like, that's K. Dot. I fuck with that one the most. So I agree with BP, but it is personal preference though, and it's the same reason why I don't listen to Jay-Z now, because he's on like super introspective, intellectual shit. When I'm like just trying to bump.
You just trying to skeet.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
trying
I
to, you
think
know, go to my honeys and, you know what I mean, to the.
I think what I love about Kendrick is he hasn't just gone, right, I was successful doing it this way, now I'm going to keep doing it this way. I love how you get a reinvented Kendrick over the years, kind of like a Kanye West, right? You never know what you're going to get from a Kanye album, and that to me is an artist really willing to push who they are as an artist and to try new things and to experiment. You know, some artists can definitely fall into the trap of, well, I've been successful this way, let's just keep doing it. Let's keep doing it this way. And that's what the fans want. That's what the fans love. You know, because releasing a new sound and a new style and a new outlook is, you're going to upset some of your old fans. Well, we want the old Kendrick. You know, we want the old Eminem. We want the old this person.
I'll give Drake some credit for that too, because Drake kind of do that too. He'll go sometimes in a direction where he know people is absolutely going to hate it. Like, oh, they don't like me singing. They don't like me doing no house music.
Bro, honestly, like, never mind that whole thing, bro. What the hell was that?
Yeah,
the Bed Springs track, baby.
That shit was ass.
Bed Springs track.
That shit was ass.
Yeah, yes. So he goes like, I feel like what he be trying to do is explore, and it's like, no, dude, that's not what we want from you. It's like when Lil Wayne took a hard turn. It was like, Weezy,
what you doing?
Hey, don't hate on Team Light Skin while I'm here, all right? Let me get off this joint, you know what I'm saying, before y'all
What are
go
you talking about?
crazy.
Drake is a white boy. Drake is a white boy.
Drake is a white boy.
Ask Rick Ross. Ask
Someone
Rick
said
Ross.
that about me on Twitter recently. They're like, hey, man, my cousins, they're like, my cousins is darker than him, and they white. I was like, I know where this is going.
One of the hardest Drake lines, like I heard recently. I was revisiting Joe Budden's diss because I just love Joe Budden's diss towards Drake, and he said,
Which one?
I don't remember what it's called. It's one with the quarterback on the picture, and he said, bro, he said something along the lines of, Drake, you ain't never been no drug dealer, but we all know you sold gram. Like that shit, like that.
Yeah.
When I reheard it, because his name is Graham. So he
Graham
saw the
Aldrich,
stuff. I was like, bro, Joe Budden, Burke Drake, bro, he won. And then Pusha did his thing, but you know what I mean.
Bro, I just want to just acknowledge something though. That 1 minute verse from Kendrick shook up the game so much that you had all these artists splitting apart and now going against each other.
Bro.
And it just shows the impact that Kendrick has over the industry.
Yeah, and everybody's vying to
love
say
it.
they're the best. If you notice, Lupe Fiasco just jumped in and was like, I will beat every last one of these rappers.
He felt a type of way about Kendrick's Control verse back in the day.
Yeah.
But that was a very dope response. That's probably one of the best responses I think that came out from that, responding to the Control verse and firing back at Kendrick from Lupe. But
this energy for hip hop, because it is competitive, I want to go back because I think this does help people push their pen. And where depending on where J. Cole is at mentally, like when I'm talking as a grown ass man. I want certain energy. I'm raising 2 kids. I want certain energy. Like, I don't want to have to worry about the henchmen creeping up in the shadows, BS that comes with rap, legit shit. But when we're talking about pushing our pen, lyricism, the energy from this, I'm not going to name names. We'll have a combo later. But there's a few people in the game that I know that this has inspired them, maybe to respond to things that have been happening as of recent or a little bit back, because it's just that energy. There's something about, even as much as I'm not tearing J. Cole down. I thought he just made a real move. That honestly, because it was more manufactured, but because of all of the conversation is created, there's an energy in the room where people is like, nah, we got to get back to the roots of this, lyricism, battle, push our pen stuff, because it does make MC's elite, and that's some of the. This is what hip hop is. This is what
steel
makes it
sharpens
exciting.
steel, as we said before.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say this, you guys. If you guys are enjoying this conversation you're catching this on Knox Hill's channel right now, but don't forget to hop over to our official podcast with all of us. We'll be releasing new podcasts probably every week, every other week. So just tap in there, go subscribe. But you're catching this on Knox Hill's channel for the first time.
You better promote. You better promote, bro.
Promote this shit, motherfucker.
I see you, brother.
Hey, but one thing.
And if enough people subscribe and click, Cliff will take his jacket off. He will show us his
I will take everything off.
Hey, hold up. Only freestyle.
Let me up the ante. Let me up the ante.
Listen.
Is it hot in here?
Can I leave?
Anybody else?
How do I leave?
No, but seriously, I want to say one thing real quick while we're on this topic, and not about me getting naked. I'm telling you right now, watch out for what Drake's about to do. That's all I'm gonna say. I know people label him as a pop artist, this, and that.
He from Canada, all this stuff. Yeah.
He's
got
a lot of dirt on a lot of people. I don't know how.
And he loves battle rap.
Diddy tapes.
And he
got the Diddy tapes.
He loves battle rap, though, Cliff. He's been at battle rap events. He's hosted them. He studies them.
Oh, I
Make
know
a
it.
verse for the Swifties.
And here's the
Drop
thing.
Give him 50.
Here's the thing too: is people want to say, "Hey, Drake only uses ghostwriters." Drake is also a ghostwriter. For those
This
who
is
don't
what
know,
I've been saying. Yes.
So he writes a lot of hit records for a lot of motherfucking artists.
I remember he was writing for Rihanna.
I pay attention to that very closely too, because when I used to have such a weird thing about Drake and all the time, but you know what I'm saying, I always looked at that. I was like, wow, he was literally at Known when Rum Nitty battled Geechee Gotti, and
he hosted the Loaded Lux event too.
Yeah, he threw money on the line and added to Rum Nitty and Geechee Gotti's battle. So when he was actually, up front, and that's when Rum Nitty actually did a rebuttal off of his little heart that he had in his head, and the crowd went wild. It's crazy because I'm like, Drake really understands. I mean, when you really listen to that Drake diss, I was like, he had some shit in there, because that little rebuttal that he had for Kendrick is so deeper than people think, with the King and the Prince thing, and he was like, you my son. They don't realize that Michael Jackson's son is Prince. Yeah, and considering Kendrick said he was Prince and MJ is Drake, I was like, wow,
and King Prince, that's a dope line.
Yeah, I was
Yo.
like, that's fire. I was
Yeah,
like, okay.
Bro,
this is fantastic. I love it.
The Metro Boomin, go make some drums is still stuck in my head.
Oh yeah,
It's just
sit down and make some
simple
drums.
lines.
It wasn't
So
even.
disrespectful.
It wasn't even
Lost
a
my
bar.
shit.
It's just go
fuck
sit your ass down and go
Just
make some
fuck you.
goddamn drums. Go on,
Bro,
cook me
Just
some
shut up,
goddamn
shut up,
fish.
little. That's like shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
Yeah, go on and
Bro,
make
I
me some
love it.
goddamn fish.
I'm telling
I
you.
want to.
Go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
I was gonna say, I'm just saying for everybody who's listening to this podcast, once you go subscribe to the other channel, come back and listen to what we're saying right now. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, holy shit, what Drake just did was fucked up, and it's gonna
And then he
shake the game up
apologizes.
even more. No, he
And then he
ain't gonna apologize.
apologizes.
With what I heard, he ain't apologizing. It's gonna get
sorry,
ugly,
Kendrick.
dude.
But you got to think the industry is after this dude. Like everybody is jumping on Drake, so bit like he trying to hit everybody. Like
Yeah. I'm gonna take us off track, but
Shut
keep
up,
us on
Andy.
track at the same time.
Do it.
I think this is so funny in hip hop culture that when you go through the struggle and you look like me or Drake, oh, you black. But all of a sudden you get in the beef and battle, oh, white boy, white boy.
yeah.
I'm like, hold up. Last week it was BLM, and now this week, oh, white boy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Ross, okay.
they got big
I
feet
said-
tight.
I will take him though.
I'm a CEO.
Let's do a motherfucking race draft, all right? Because we got Eminem, right, Cliff? We got Eminem. He's locked in, right?
Wait, what? Right, Cliff? We got Eminem.
Bro, we'll take Drake. Eminem and Drake. Nobody can talk numbers with me ever
Bro.
again. Like
That's true.
We'll take him.
That's true.
We'll take him.
Crazy.
Join team.
He's here with us.
Join team
He's
Whitey
here with
Tighties.
us.
Team
Whitey
Whitey
Tighties.
Tighties. Let's go.
I'm mellow yellow. Leave me alone.
I wasn't mad at the angles Ross took, and it was actually a song with playback value. But I was just like, these MFers, man, it's funny because it's like, bro,
The
one
narrative
of the hard,
flips when it.
yeah,
when
and
it's
one of the
convenient.
hard, and I'm not trying to, because colorization is a weird thing in the culture and community, but one of the hardest black dudes in the world is Malcolm X. It's just like, yo, it's just like, oh, because you don't fit the narrative, I'm a white boy. That's the colorization shit is weird to me.
And you know
but
what?
it is what it is.
And you know what?
It
He
is what
say
it is.
that, and he say that too because for some reason he feels like that softens Drake by calling him a white boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's not even a good like hit that you trying to go like.
Well,
nah,
come with
this
that
lame.
energy at J. Cole then. Say that to J. Cole as well. I mean,
This one, oh, yo, he hit that. I didn't even think of that.
I need your guys' opinion on something. All right. So
Jack it off.
Oh yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna take it
Abs.
off in a second. I have a serious question, serious fucking question.
Come on,
you,
Maverick.
you guys, motherfucker. You guys,
Cliff beard.
I forgot. I'm gonna lose what the fuck I was gonna say, man.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, Cliff, that's like 3 F-bombs. Like, we gotta, come on.
Panicking,
algorithm
Anakin.
here.
Can't stand it,
Bring it
Anakin.
back.
Okay.
Bring
Hey.
it back.
All right, so you guys are very familiar with Rick Ross's response, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys notice this? And you know how Drake's response was, push ups, drop and give me 50 was also paying homage to 50 Cent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the aftermath.
Well,
shit.
we all do know that Rick Ross and 50 Cent once had beef before, right? Now, I don't know if you guys caught this, but there was a moment when he said another white boy hanging at the park basically trying to be black. Then he busted out a Pulitzer Prize bar that Eminem once used.
Yep. And he did throw
Oh,
shade
I
at
didn't
Eminem
catch
before.
that.
He
Let's
threw
go.
shade at
Let's
Eminem, and Eminem clapped back in that despicable freestyle. That's right. Sorry, I'm stealing your thunder, Cliff. Go on. You got
That's
me
what I
excited.
was going to say. So when I caught that, I'm like, wait a minute. Did he just throw a little sub? And I was like, don't tell me he's doing that, because when he did drop that despicable freestyle, Rick Ross was like, nah, I was just fucking around. I'm not trying to be on no battle shit.
Walked it back.
But he was
walked
like,
it back.
Eminem, you're a hunky. 50 Cent, you're a monkey. Eminem, you're a hunky. So when he said another white boy, it made me think, well, who's the other white boy?
It's
And
only
And then you use the Pulitzer Prize line that Eminem used. So I'm like,
he ain't talking about. So yeah. So I mean,
I caught
Yo, edit that out.
No, don't keep that.
No, cut that shit out, bro. Cut that shit out, bro. Cut the name out. Cut the name
He's
out.
like,
but-
they didn't mention the white Tupac.
just blank it out. Blank it out. Just blank it out, cat. He ain't talking about.
Yo, so I didn't catch that, but listening to Ross, I like just if you're on some like Art of War, right? You look at your enemies and how they're positioned, and from that, it's like we know he doesn't F with 50. You know what I'm saying? We know M and Drake F with each other. They rock with, like, they're always complimenting each other and da-da-da. So you start seeing these alliances. So I didn't catch that as deep as Cliff did, but from an outside looking in, I was like, okay, these are the teams. Like, we see 50 going hard on IG every day, and then he's the first one to post Drake's diss.
50's
Like,
one of the greatest trolls of all time.
Yeah, and the thing is,
dude.
if what is it? If there's a saying about your enemies, and like if they're going after your enemies, they're like your
the enemy
friend or
of my
whatever.
enemy is my friend.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yes.
And that's exactly what's going on here. But again, I've seen 50. You know, there's on a whole nother subject. I was reading the list of shit that Diddy, they're alleging Diddy. And two of the incidents, like, you know, it's like Shine, the gun in the club, but two of them was that, like, Diddy got in a fight with Drake outside of a club and with, like, J. Cole or something like that.
J. Cole
heard
was
about
defending
that.
Kendrick, right? That's the J. Cole Kendrick story.
Was this when he was dressed as
Diddy
the Joker?
I think so.
I don't know.
No,
I just
think
know
so.
it was back in. I know it was back in the day.
J. Cole rapped about his fight with Diddy, but that happened because Diddy poured a drink on Kendrick, and that's after the Control verse, and Kendrick was talking about being the king of New York, and he was paying homage to Corrupt, and then Cole jumped into the situation, and he's the one that came to hands with Diddy. So that's
Bro,
where
Diddy poured a drink
Why he-
on
why he-
freaking Kendrick.
why he-
How did I
yeah.
not know of this?
Why he
Yeah.
pouring drinks on people? I mean, did he like pour?
because
or
Kendrick
he,
said he
like-
was the king
He's
of
trying
New
to
York.
fuck him. He's trying to fuck
Because
him.
he said he
That's
was
why.
the king of New York, and it
Wet
was like
t-shirt
the
contest.
classic East Coast, West Coast type of rivalry thing again. That was on the Control days when Kendrick had everybody riled up over Control.
Kendrick didn't want to go shopping with Diddy. That's why.
Imagine if J. Cole dropped that in his diss.
Oh, the
Well,
P Diddy.
Well,
stuff.
you know what I think is interesting? Like Cliff,
Jeez.
like you talk about Drake having more and this fallout that we're about to witness within the industry. But what's interesting to me is, you know, that dropping 50 line, talking about the splits, talking about revenue and how things are divided. I think we're going to see a lot more of who's controlling who come out as well. And you're right. I think one person who's been keeping tabs and receipts on things is a man from the Six. So
It's going to get dicey, man. I'm telling you. From what I heard, it's
This reminds me of when Back to Back dropped, and I loved when that released. I had the best fucking day. I was bumping it back to back. It's
Oh,
in my
man.
gym playlist. And this one that he dropped now on Kendrick.
trigger
it's-
fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Oh,
Come on.
bro.
Come on.
You get embodied
Simple.
by a singing. Finish it.
Hey, nigga! I'm sorry.
I thought you were asking me.
I forgot I'm white. I forgot I'm white.
You are
I'm
absolutely
sorry.
safe,
I'm
BP.
sorry.
You are safe, brother. You are safe, brother.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm tripping because I feel like there's some pent up with Drake that is about to overboil, because when Pusha T announced his son, that was one of the craziest things you could ever do. Like, because, you know, like in the streets, there's always no women and children, you know, like that it kind of carries into rap, but it kind of doesn't. The battles, like sometimes someone brings a kid in and shit gets kind of, fights start happening. It's just kind of an unspoken thing, but it's sometimes your girlfriend, your wifey, your there's really no boundaries, but there is always typically in the streets some kind of honor code, even in prison. No women, no children, right? And when that happened to Drake, I was just like, yo, like he has that boiling still. So we'll see what comes out.
Well, yeah, I know. I think Drake's been waiting. Now that he's settled down and removed from the situation, has had time to reflect on the mistakes that he made there. But like, you know, I saw Academics come out and he was doing an interview and he was talking about the Drake situation, because we know he's Drake's boy. But, you know, he was saying how Drake was just blindsided by that because he thinks that the leak came from Kanye. And he wasn't expecting Pusha T to weaponize that. So when that whole situation dropped, Drake was just kind of, he was stunned. Like, he was ready, apparently. He had another loaded in the clip, and he was ready to rock. But then that story leaked, and he just...
And you got to protect your family first, man.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I put a lot of my stuff out there, but there's a gang of shit that I don't put out there, you know?
Absolutely.
And I can
Facts.
imagine,
Facts.
I can't imagine being at Drake's level. Like, just, you know, like, bro, like, you're, like, that's like... You got to think about how long did it take for you to see a picture, Eminem's daughter, a Beyonce's kids. Like, it's like your children can be weaponized against you, and it's a protection mode because people are weirdos. So yeah, man, that to me, I was like,
get it.
yo, that's the
I get it. I mean,
craziest
BP, I get it, and I know the level that I'm at, and I'm nowhere near Drake's level. But you know, I got people like literally watching my videos now, like trying to find me slipping up or some type of hole that they can use or an angle to make a video on or to like use against me. You know, it's like every week I wake up to someone new, like dropping a fucking diss track on me and trying to find angles and find more information on me. So I can't imagine what Drake has to deal with at his level and what he's going through.
Hey, Knox, you ever think that ever happens to us often because we're white?
Well, we've got Drake on our team now, Cliff, so nobody's
I
gonna
know.
fuck with
We
us.
are safe. No, but I'm being serious.
We took him in the draft.
I'll answer that. I think so. I think people when y'all are doing like a hip hop.
Oh, he's taking it off. He's taking it off.
Go.
Go on, Dom. Go on, Dom. Talk.
It's no two. I can't talk. I'm speatless. I can't.
It's a fucking storm.
Baby, go start up my motorcycle. Go start up my Harley.
Run it.
Let's get it.
Sorry, I gotta adjust myself.
Not
Sorry,
the,
don't worry about that.
Not the stripper throw.
Oh my days, Cliff, bro.
My pants were kind of tight there.
What the
so.
fuck? Cliff is buff as hell.
Buff as a motherfucker, bro. Buff as shit.
But
What
yeah.
the fuck?
But anyway, like I said before, when you got a six pack. Oh no, hold on. What was I talking about?
He's flexing too.
No,
The fucking Tarzan
I
looking
pulled my
ass.
arm, too. I pulled my
Look at
arm.
this Hercules looking ass right there with the fucking hat, bro. God
It's
damn,
crazy.
fucking-
I shouldn't even be throwing loud. I literally got ADHD so bad, so I done fucking lost completely what I was saying because we up here.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to throw everybody off. I was like, let me just take this off real quick.
Go on, Dom. Why do we get the hate? Why do we get it so much?
So what it is they look at somebody like y'all that's doing like hip hop, and it could be in black artists. I don't even like saying y'all, white people. You know what I'm saying? Doing hip hop.
All y'all white people.
It's fine. You can say whitey tighties. We will accept whitey tighties.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fine.
They see y'all doing hip hop, and they are waiting to see if y'all make some kind of bad critique about somebody that's black. I saw it with you, Knox, when they did it when you did the game. And remember, I had to like jump in there, like I had to interject, like, bro, he like this literally. He critiques everybody. He talks. He breaks down bars with everybody, but y'all chose to say, well, he doesn't have the right to talk about this man because he's black, you know what I'm saying, and he's a white guy, so he can't say. I was like, bro, y'all don't even watch his videos. He do this. He's a part of hip hop. This is what he does. So I do think y'all get the really bad end of the stick most of the time when it comes to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference. It's sort of like when black people react to white country
Rock.
super conservative or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They latch on to it very much, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, oh my God, let's see what he thinks. I just want to see if he says anything bad, you know what I'm saying? So we can jump right on him, you know what I'm saying? That's why I did that Upchurch thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say names, but that's why I did that video. Remember where I put the thumbnail and I put, he gets the N-word pass, and it was just to simply bait people into going in there, and I was like, hello, this ain't the video you thought it was it? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I knew what was going to draw them in, and that's exactly what happened. So I do think that y'all get the bad end of the stick when it comes to like doing hip-hop videos. Y'all get the most like hate for it, you know what I'm saying, versus somebody like me who will, you know, do that. I usually tell people, I'll be like, well, shit, I don't know what that means. Y'all gonna have to go to Knox channel for this. Like, I'll say that sometimes because I think Knox is.
I say the same shit.
Knox is the bar breakdown king, and he is a white guy.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I get that. Like, it's just an extension of how I grew up. Like, we've talked about this. You know, I grew up in a black neighborhood, right? I grew up in a black community. Like, hip hop was all around me. So I got it growing up. I got it all the time. So to me, like, this internet shit is just an extension of things I'm already used to and that I've had to overcome throughout the years and deal with. So I think what's funny, though, is like everything gets amplified, though, doesn't it, on the internet? It just gets magnified at a bigger scale. And I think sometimes you can definitely get discouraged because you're like, wow, there's some really just fucked up people out there. Like, they have nothing better to do with their time but find a way to tear you down.
Nah,
like
fuck 'em.
I just find it funny though, because I'm like, all right, well, you got Knox, who's nasty with the pen, consistently putting out content. working with nasty features nonstop.
Knox up there with the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm
lyrics.
saying. And then you have somebody who's within the music industry who's working with artists of different ethnicities. It doesn't even fucking matter, but just because of someone's skin color, you want to discredit everything. Just like like just because of his skin color, you want to discredit his entire catalog? Are you fucking insane?
That's why it's important for certain people to step out and say, "Nah, y'all wrong. He is one of the greatest ever because of this. It's not because of his skin color. It's because of this. Knox actually he can write crazy. He knows about hip hop. He's acknowledged hip hop's roots. It's not he's very well educated on everything he says. So yeah, you would probably want to if you had to choose between, hey, this black guy, Dom, or Knox, I would recommend you go to the man who really actually knows a lot about the hip hop stuff. You know what I'm saying? He has really been in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me because I'm black and you think, you know what I'm saying? I got a goddamn Swiftie bracelet right here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
The Swifties.
This, you know, I'm not going to go totally there with this, but it's complex subject matter too, because in America, we'll speak for it, because I feel like people attached to identity politics and racial politics from America. We're
Team drawing.
Like UK tries to jump in like to the BLM stuff, but it's just because they're following America's ideals. But when you have a culture, some of it's gaslit, some of it's true, right? We have a black culture that in a way is the concept is all these things have been stolen from us musically. And we're not going to let hip-hop get stolen from us. So to have a white person be the face of that, that's where this comes from. But when you really go through and do the history of music in general, like music's the universal language. So some people will be like, yo, this music emanated from here, but we also got to look at like what happened in these Nordic countries and stuff, and these things just kept traveling. We just have to remember that music is a universal language. And I remember
Music doesn't discriminate. So.
I went to Poland. No, absolutely. I went to Poland. I opened up for Afro and Marco Polo. Nobody spoke English. And when my beat dropped, everyone was vibing with me. And that's when it hit me like, oh, they don't need to know what I'm saying to feel what I'm expressing.
Your energy, yeah.
And with that, there's a lot of gaslighting in America. Now, I'm not saying the black culture doesn't have a right to feel this way, right? Like, we're dealing with a lot of things. Because I'm not, like, wokey woke. Like, I'm, like, I try to be in the middle of everything, right?
Yeah.
But I've grown as I got older because I was progressive left when I started. And then I start learning a couple things. It's like, oh, I didn't realize this is this, you know? And I'm just trying to learn. But
And me and BP have had conversations about this too.
They're
so he's right here.
weaponizing race against all of us, right? And then you see the outward effect when we have this conversation. And I'm just like, bro, how are you just gonna say the white boys can't come in? Because I'm like, bro, this is music, and it goes on both ways, because it goes to what Dom just said, but it's also like, yo. When the white boy really does something crazy, it's like, yo, it's like Professor and Hot Sauce. Like, Professor might get a little more wild because it's so rare to see Professor. I'm talking about basketball, the street basketball.
And one, baby.
Monster, yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, you're like, what is this? You know, so it goes both ways. It's like, oh, that white boy's allowed at the cookout, and then the white folks, you know, you got your Charlie Pride, one of the biggest black country singers of his time. And they're like, bro, we love Charlie. He's us. Like, and that's what's dope about it, because it brings people together. When I started reacting to country on my channel, people were so excited because I was like, bro, I like the message. They're saying some real shit in this song. They're like, check out Charlie Pride, because they want you to feel like you're at home with them. Because America is a melting pot, and as much as they want to say everyone hates each other, like, we really do live together, and I think overall humans can be good. But, you know, anyways, I could go on a rant.
But like you said,
right.
Like
but
you
it
said,
ties into this whole conversation.
BP for
this is a
president.
deep convo. This is a deep convo.
Listen, if you guys like deep convos, right, and you're not worried about skin tones and melanin levels. You know, we got whiteys. You know, you got BP,
Charcoal.
we got everything. We got Anthony
Let's
Frank.
go.
We got a rainbow. We have a rainbow. So if you like rainbows, head on over to our podcast channel right now. Go subscribe to it. You get more of this. You get more. You get the full rainbow, baby. You get all the color tones you want.
That rainbow,
we got it for you.
Blue,
Skittles, taste the motherfucking rainbow.
blue, orange.
That's my plug.
Pink,
That's
green,
there.
purple. It's nice, bro.
Yeah, look good over here.
But I like what bro. But I can't see your background, Cliff, because of all the damn muscles, bro. Like, what's the color of your background? I just see.
We have purple too. There's
chesticles
purple.
and
Purple people are
shoulders.
welcome as well.
Damn, chest
Purples are
and shoulders
welcome.
over there.
He's taking the shirt off. Oh, okay.
No,
we
but
suck
what
down.
the right level where he belongs. No, hey, my bad. What BP was talking about.
What?
No, wait, what? Huh? What's going on? Huh? Relax. What? Huh? Fight, battle.
You might just get that.
What? Wait, diss him. Wait. Drop and give him 50. I'm fucking. Better drop and give him. I'm joking. Flip, I love you. But we are gonna battle. Soon,
This
right,
track
Flip?
coming soon. Yeah. What? Yeah.
We are gonna battle, right?
Beatbox battle.
What is the battle? Right. So.
Yeah, but I can't say like a rap battle. That's beatbox
Chicka
battle.
wow wow.
Damn it! Let me talk.
Talk.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say, I wanted to share this as well. Like what BP's talking about the language not being the barrier. You went to Poland, you did the show, everybody was vibing, bro. This is exactly what we're having as reactors while reacting, bro. I react to Japanese stuff. The fan base loved me. I react to this guy Azaria, Hungarian artist, recently. Bro, that video got a lot of views, and all the Hungarians in my comments, yo, Anthony Ray, do more, we love you. Azaria himself is like, yo,
I've done Greek
rock
artists.
with you.
Yeah, it's
Bro, this is what I'm talking about. Music is universal, and I'm seeing it now too through these reactions. That's what I wanted to say. Hey, Cliff Beats, I didn't mean it that way, bro. Just in the
No,
moment.
it's all good. It's all. And one thing too,
No,
I want
it's-
to go ahead.
Go on, Cliff. No.
I was gonna say also, I hope you guys are aware of this, but like SME, UMG, these big corporations or labels are actually in the midst of having talks right now because they're seeing the backlash they got from taking a lot of stuff down from TikTok. The streams aren't adding up like they used to, so they're talking about releasing everything as fair use, possibly next year. So that might be a big thing for reaction channels. And I mean, dude, typically think about it.
That's right.
All we do is fucking promote people. That's all we're doing is promoting people. But that's what they're talking about right now.
I just want to make this clear for everyone who watches because we all can attest to it. And we could show you the analytics. Like, because of all the copyright claims and content ID, reaction channels are probably the hardest to do on YouTube because they don't earn shit.
We don't make shit. Yeah.
Even though it's well within fair use.
Bro,
I got like
Well within fair use.
my beatbox channel is demonetized like 2 days ago. Done. 36,000 subscribers in like 2 months.
All right,
Done.
dude.
Pull the plug. I'm like, bruh, I can't pay my editor. I have to tell my editor, bro, sorry, it's done for you.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That's crazy.
And it can happen to any of us at any time if we use the wrong short from a
Dom, you were
TikTok
gonna say
video
something.
or Instagram. But go ahead, Dom.
Yeah, Dom was gonna say something.
Was I?
Yeah, you said like you made 5 of something. You were gonna say some shit like I made 5 and then I cut you off.
Oh, it's gone. I don't know what the fuck I was about to say.
It's probably I made $5 off of reactions in one. Like, 'cause that's sometimes, bro. My K-pop channel earned €55 in 28 days. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Well, yeah, I mean, like if you look at like on like all the videos that I just recently posted are partially blocked. It's got the yellow symbol and it's partially blocked, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this does nothing for me, like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just crazy when you just watch your, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing. I mean, thank God that Anthony, you got me into Twitch because I make really good money over there. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that we work so hard on YouTube. We grow to such levels, and then in order to sustain, we have to find other platforms to send people to help us earn revenue. Like I have the Patreon that I send people to. You know, you guys send people to Twitch in other directions. But anyways, I don't want to veer too far left
away from
from this.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, we're not going to apologize for what we go through.
We're
I see
very
what you did there.
sorry for going, off topic a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that shit is real, though. I found a hack that I've been talking with Cliff and AR about. When we get off here, I'll see if what you've been doing, Knox, and if it can help you out a little bit. Yeah, it's basic shit, but I just don't want to say it in the podcast because YouTube's weird, but I'll tell you a couple things I've been doing.
Later.
Mad weird.
But yeah, man, like I said, I mean, when it comes, we're getting ready to wrap this up here soon. I think we got like another 10 more minutes. But like I said, man, for any fans watching, this is far from done. You're going to be seeing a lot more responses from artists that you didn't even expect to hear from. But like I said, from what I heard from Drake, it was
Post
nasty.
Malone.
Post Malone. He's about to perform.
I mean, the weekend jumped in. The Weeknd,
Yeah!
right?
Wait,
That's
for real?
ignorant.
I've seen that.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't
shit.
seen it
I mean,
yet, but I heard.
Everybody's piling in. I saw ASAP Rocky dropped a diss on him. We know Pusha T's coming. Like
On Drake.
everybody piled in.
The Weeknd did
gotta
it.
look this
I mean, clearly he's able to, so that's
Speaking on everybody jumping in, you know what is discouraging and what we're gonna have to deal with
I
as
get that.
artists
Clearly he's able
is the
to. Oh, okay.
Abel bars battle rap man.
Thank you so
But
much.
like, you know the Kendrick Lamar diss that blew up, that's AI, and like I listened to that and immediately I'm like, that's AI. But then I start looking at the comments and I see like the outrage on social media and all the people that are like, no, that's legitimate, like that's a real diss. And then like I see like Mickey Fax and Crooked and other people like trying to argue with fans and tell them, no, that's AI. And fans just don't have the same, I guess, rap IQ to pick that apart, which just scares me. But then like the creator I saw finally posted a video on TikTok like, hey, I'm the dude who made the AI video. This is how I made it. And I saw like Mickey share it, like, apologize to me now. But like, that's just a preview of like the future. I feel like anytime you get a high level rap beef, you're going to see like 20 different AI diss tracks of people all trying to ride this wave and respond for the artist before they respond. That's wild.
Yeah, such bullshit.
I think it'll be obvious when Kendrick responds. Go ahead.
Our future is the Hunger Games. It's going to be propaganda from music to politics. They've shown their hand in politics specifically, where they spread a narrative through mainstream media. It spreads, and like something from 2019 will still be, someone will post it in the comments thinking it's true. What happens, people gravitate to that instant gratification, the first thing they hear, and people will come out and say, oh, sorry, we got it wrong, but less people go and see that. And what we're going to see is this transfer into but you know, they're trying to set up walls. I saw a political rapper make a track where he used Drake and 21 Savage and himself, and it got taken down because you have to get permissions for likeness and certain things, so the labels can get things taken down. But in my opinion, if you just go back and watch the Hunger Games and watch how both sides were shooting propaganda to get to their people to create these things, we're going to be seeing something similar to that with AI, with the messaging, with narratives. This is why independent media is flourishing. Mainstream media is kind of crashing, but they will have their moments because of these things. This is just the beginning, and it's going to affect us on all facets.
The beginning of the age of disinformation.
It's the age of disinformation.
Oh, here it goes.
This is why social media is important, and with all the restrictions they're trying to throw on here is ridiculous. So hopefully they do not do that, and they allow people to do independent journalism. We need that.
I think in school they're going to have to start like really teaching kids how to fact check and how to discern truthful information from AI and dishonest sources.
Yeah.
And how to look for that. I think it's going to become a skill that people are going to have to really learn to develop as they're coming along.
So key word, they're going to have to learn, because they're not going to get taught this. I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat.
Hey, hello?
They don't want us to be
Hello?
able to discern. They don't want us to be able to discern. This is how they keep us sick, fat, sick, and nearly dead. Let's just say that. That's my opinion. Yeah, like the thing is, they utilize these narratives to get more control. Like anyways, I'm about to go on a crazy Black P ramble. That's for my other podcast.
That could be for another topic.
This is the intro podcast. Like, let's not get shadowed. You know what?
demonetized.
Immediately.
Yeah.
think
But yes, it's going to correlate with music as well, because music is a form of programming. I always say music is the best programming. The reason is because in movies, they're about 2 hours long. It takes more time to process. You probably see a movie, if you love Scarface, you've seen it 10 times. But a song you can listen to thousands of times within a lifetime. So it's the best form of programming. If you can do these type of things, it is what it is. And we've seen in my opinion, corporations, central intelligence agencies hijack parts of hip hop. That's what I'm gonna say.
The CIA is coming for everybody, and Drake is the head of the CIA.
Well, I wish they hurry the fuck up because I mean, bro, I'd be trying to sleep and stuff, bro. Like, I'm sleep all the time, bro. I had 2 panic attacks before I even got on here. Like,
oh man!
And listen, on that note, if you guys want to have more panic attacks, then please click the link below.
yes.
You will get more podcasts from us, more of this. If you enjoyed our conversation, you enjoyed this talk, it's all of us. We go over different topics, different issues. Like I said, check out the channel, subscribe to it. It will be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, everywhere you guys want to check it out. We will do our best to get it up and to keep cranking this out.
Yeah. Also, one more thing to add to that is too, I'm sure we're going to have edited clips, shorts to put on our TikToks, our channels separately, stuff like that to try to get everybody together. Probably even extra clips from our individual selves to put on our own Patreons. So keep an eye out for that too as we're moving forward. We're just learning this. We're just starting this out, and we have a feeling this is going to become a big thing because we all have interesting talking points every time we have a discussion.
Also, you can recommend like some topics too. You know what I'm saying in the comments.
Comment down below,
Yeah.
please.
You know.
Yeah, more than welcome. More than welcome.
Absolutely.
Do whatever.
One day we'll have to do a power reaction where we all react to one thing and put it on the
Yes.
channel.
That'd be
That'd be
fire.
kind of
That'd be
bananas.
hard. That'd
I'm
be
down
hard.
for that.
Wait, what
I'm
is
down
it?
for that.
You talking
Just a power reaction. Something new drops. We all like, hey, we're
That'd
cool
be
with
hard.
this one, doing it together and putting it on our together channel. Be kind of cool.
That would be dope.
Oh, yeah. I'm down for that.
Should
Listen,
do those.
there's a lot of opportunities with this, so go click that link. Go subscribe. We will catch you guys again.
Yeah, thank you so
Comment.
much.
like, subscribe.